Hey there guys, this is Rugarian, and this is one of the webs in my backlog. I finished rewriting it so it'd be much better, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I thank you so much for all the positive messages about my mom, and if you wish to leave any more positive messages about that, thank you so much. It's been a rough few days for me, and I'm slowly starting to grieve. I just grieve differently, like everyone says. I thank you again for all the support, because I just can't mention it enough even in the beginning of this video. But this was one I was planning to do a long time ago, but I never got around to it, even though I wrote most of the script. And it was What If Naruto Was the Red and White Dragon Emperor? I've decided to do some changes here, and thanks to the poll I put up for you guys, I decided to put in 2 OC characters instead of 1, because I thought about it, it'd be a great way to do my own team with the Naruto character we put in. So that's what I decided to do. I hope you guys will enjoy this. I actually did like rewriting it because it was good. Because after all, one of the ways I cope with stuff is writing. So let's get started on What If Naruto Was the Red and White Dragon Emperor, Part 1. A young boy with white hair, with red and black streaks running through it. He was wearing a black jacket with a blue t-shirt, having black shorts and red shinobi sandals. This was the legendary Naruto. He was walking throughout the village. He was known as a freak, the monster, the ultimate failure, since he had no ability to use chakra whatsoever. Hell, he didn't even have it. It utterly astonished everyone that met him. Even though Naruto was like this, his father, who sadly passed away about a year ago, his only living family, believed in him, saying he can become a powerful shinobi, since he told him he has a power that can destroy not just tail beasts, but this whole world within him. His father was Kai Uchiha, and Naruto, seen as the disgrace of the Uchihas by the elders mainly, not the whole clan, was sadly thrown out because they had to save their compound. But he stayed good friends with Shisui and Itachi, especially Itachi's family, since they both take care of him from time to time, and they're like older sisters to him. They've been teaching him on non-missions, taijutsu, throwing techniques, and anything else they can help him with. He was currently walking away from the apartment the fourth Hokage gave him, since he was good friends with him, and even called him Nisa from time to time. And his family. Both his older daughters played with him when not on missions, even though they made his life torture. But there's always a bad apple in the bunch, even with an amazing woman like Kushina. His younger son, Menma, treated him like trash, and he couldn't stand the guy up whatsoever. But Naruto just got to his favorite place, sat down, and his favorite old man was there, saying, "Hey there, Naruto. It's good to see you again." Naruto smiled, saying, "It's good to see you too, old man." The man asked, "Your usual?" Naruto nodded as he came back with a massive bowl of ramen. Naruto ate it within seconds and burped, getting a few more massive bowls to boot, and paid the man, saying, "Thanks. And tell your daughter I said hi." The man nodded, saying, "Sure thing, Naruto. You have a wonderful day, okay?" He screamed back, "You too." Naruto finally getting to the training field that Itachi and Shisui use, and allow him to use it as well, to do the training they have assigned to him. He had to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 pull-ups, 100 lunges, 100 side steps, and do a 10-mile run on top of that without a break. What was weird is Naruto knew this was hard on him, especially his young age. But every day he was not only getting stronger, but he was starting to hear weird voices. When he got finished, they always said "good job" to him. Naruto shook his head and started doing his taijutsu exercises once he got his break. Once finished with that, he started his throwing training back to back. Once he was done, he was panting on the ground. But while he was doing that, he sensed something. Now, normally, a ninja senses with chakra, but Naruto learned a way to develop a natural sense that's just as strong as chakra. Realizing it was heading his way, he quickly got up and popped a pill that was meant to get him back in fighting shape, restoring his stamina for a short period of time. As he threw a kunai in a nearby bush, seeing an Amba wearing a mask jump out. He had silver hair that defied gravity. He sunshined behind Naruto, saying, "Good job on Sesame, Naruto, especially without the chakra. The fourth Hokage would like to see you." Naruto-san. Naruto turned and looked at Naoma, saying, "Oh, hey there, lightning perv." Hearing that, the Yambo had a twitch in his eyes, saying, "Let's go." He knows Naruto does this to him regularly, but he's starting to get a little bit peeved about it. Grabbing Naruto, and he peered in front of the door just as fast as they got away from the train area. The Anbu knocked, waited, and once given the go-ahead, Naruto and him walked in. Once inside the room, Naruto says, "Thanks for the help, lightning doggy pervert." Oh wait, even better, lightning doggy perv! This caused you, the fourth Kage, to laugh, and the hit Anbu, "We're not gonna let this one go on there, Captain. Especially a certain Yamato." The silver-haired, gravity-defying Anbu wants to deck him some days, but he doesn't, because he actually sees Naruto as a little brother. But he does disappear very angrily because he's getting sick of the nicknames. But as the fourth and his best friend has told him, it's his fault for reading those pervy books. For the fourth saying, finally after all that, the fourth spoke up, saying, "Well, now I got a new nickname to tell Obito about. Also, he's really sorry on how the clan treated you. He says that if you can't get resolved, he doesn't mind taking you in." After the sigh, Naruto shook his head, saying, "It's alright. I'll show him they were wrong about me and become the strongest shinobi in history." The fourth nodded his head, saying, "That's a great attitude you have about all this. So I wanted to ask about your current training schedule. See if I could help improve on it." Naruto explained what he'd been doing, and after thinking about it, the fourth gave him a scroll, saying, "This is a general scroll of all the taijutsu styles. I want you to figure out what's best for you to learn. And when our Tai expert gets back from a mission, he's going to start training. Finally, I will get a weapon expert to start teaching you some basics, so you can learn what possible weapons you're good with besides throwing. And I may even get a weapon smith to teach you how to make your own as well, since that can truly help you out. Now, how are the living arrangements I've made for you?" Naruto just simply told him he was fine, and it was okay. But the fourth Hokage knew that Naruto was lying to his face. He's read reports about people trying to break into his home. They've damaged someone in the belongings and thrown him out of shops. Thankfully, the kindness of him, his family, well, most of his family, he gradually regrets that thought. The ramen shop, Shisui, Obito, Itachi, and Itachi's family. The boy probably will not eat most days, sadly. Thinking about all this, his thoughts turn to how the world can be so cruel to such an innocent, adorable child. A voice starts talking to him. And oddly enough was a female voice saying, "He's not a weak Minato. This will make him even stronger, and trust me, he has a power that could end me in instant, stored away in him, I think. You should see if anyone would be willing to take him in other than Obito if you're that worried about the boy." He thanked Kurama for the advice, but Kurama also said, "Though you can try to see if he can handle nature energy when he gets older. He might not be able to use chakra, but because of nature energy's differences, he might be able to use that instead." I just thought about it and said, that was not a bad idea, it was great even. But then he had to ask, "Why are you so worried about the kid? Do you have a crush or something? I heard he's pretty cute and a lot of girls like him in the village." Kurama screamed, "I do not," causing Minato to laugh. He returned to the conversation with Naruto, saying, "Okay, so following my daughters Nina and Shogi want you to eat with us today, especially since Memma spending time with Tsunade's daughter Mio. Though I just wish he'd get over the complex that he's the best. Since he's my only son, I will carry on the Namikaze name, since my sisters are carrying on Kushina's name." Minato just ugh. Finally finishing up by saying, "Okay, you can call me by your name now, since I am now officially off the clock. Thanks so much for all those shadow clone ideas and other things." They've been really helpful. Naruto nodded, saying, "No problem, Minato-ni-san." This made Naruto laugh and smile, saying, "Okay, let's go eat." They get to his home, and Nina pounces on Naruto into a tight hug. She was 12, and she had just become a shinobi this year. She had she had a strawberry hair color, with blue eyes, and wearing a normal shinobi outfit. And Chogi bolted up and grabbed him away from her. She was actually 14. She had blonde hair with violet eyes, wearing a tuning vest and a normal shinobi getup. They were fighting over him, which Naruto never understood anything about. Unknown to Naruto, and known by most of the women in the village, that he had developed a huge female fan club with women of various ages and girls of various ages, since he was seen as very cute and cool looking, even though he's only a 5-year-old. You know, most of them hate the treatment he got, but there's really nothing they could do about it, since most of them were civilians and the few shinobi didn't really have enough rank to help him. And the few that could help him did the best they could. But during all this, both girls got smacked in the head by Kushina when she said, "Welcome back, Naruto. How are you?" Naruto smiled and said, "Thanks for that, and I'm really good. How are all you?" They all answered back, "Great." They all sat down to eat. Naruto and Minato are poor eaters at this table, since the ladies are already on their 5th plate and not even full. Oh, they filled up in 2. Naruto has always thought whoever got these 2 as girlfriends or wives would get cleaned out on the food department. After eating them, Naruto tries to leave as fast as he can, but Nina and Chogi are faster, grabbing him and dragging him to the bathroom with him screaming for help. But Minato, knowing that he can't really do anything, just looked the other way, and Kushina saying, "Good luck." Naruto screamed, "I curse you all!" Kurama spoke up, and both Minato and Kushina, both halves being sealed separately into them when someone tried to steal a fox away from her years ago. Speaking up, saying, "If he gets that power we think he has, he could really do that to both of you. There's your only warning." This actually made both of them gulp pretty hard. They did not want to see what kind of curse Naruto would bring them. After forcibly taking a bath with the 2 sisters, he was made into their body pillow as he was squeezed between both of them. He honestly hates spending time over here some days. He wished he had chakra just so he could get away from being in situations like this. Probably not the voices spoke up, saying, "Sorry, but tough luck, kid. You got better powers than chakra, especially what we can grant you one day." Naruto noticed lately he'd been hearing them more and more frequently. But he decided he'd just get out of there first thing in the morning. He needed to become strong after all in his mind. Run away the second he finished breakfast before they could catch him, since he knew Nina and Shogi were not morning people. He was already out the door, and Minato and Kushina stopped them. Minato saying he's a kid, let him enjoy life after all. But Kushina saying, "Plus, you could tie him down when he's older by getting married to him. I'll let both of you or one of you, because honestly, I want to miss my son-in-law." Minato slightly prepared for Naruto, because he's basically screwed now. When his wife wants something, she gets it. Naruto gets to his usual training field, but once there, he blocks a set of kunais thrown at his head, quickly sidestepping and kicking a second person. Sensing something was wrong in his gut, jumping back and getting senbon needles out of his pouch with a kunai at the ready, when 2 older girls appeared, it actually being Itachi and Tsusui. "Good job, Naruto." Naruto laughed, saying, "Thanks, what are we doing now, Oni-chan senseis?" That actually made them blush a bit, saying, "We are going to spar today, and see if we can adjust your training, or if we actually need to adjust your training. Anything else after that will be discussed, okay?" Naruto nodded. After finishing their spar, they told him that he needed to add 100 to all his exercises and 5 miles on the run. Naruto nodded, and they even told him to learn all the styles the best he can they got from the 4th. Since they're sadly too busy today, they would love to help, but they left for the day. Naruto trained his butt off until it got near dark. As he ran back to the village and snuck into his home, he went to sleep after a quick shower and a ramen cup, though. He made sure to get his lovely shower and food before bed. He even brushed his teeth. He was a good boy, because he didn't want Kushina kicking his butt again. That was the nightmare he always remembered. The day he learned about the lovely red-headed woman's eternal wrath. He had been asleep for a while, but suddenly had a dream. One half was covered in fire, while the other half looked as a calming, glowing blue sea of light. Two dragons appeared on either side, saying, "It's almost time for your awakening." Naruto, scared, bolted up with sweat dripping down his head. He wiped it away, panting loud, and decided it was best to forget about it. He ran out to do his usual training. On his way back, he during the run he saw Mio. He saw Mio. She was Tsunade and Jiraiya's daughter. She had white blonde hair and brown eyes. She was wearing a normal outfit, and she was being annoyed by Memba, asking all these stupid questions and flirting like crazy with her. Naruto could tell she hated it, so he did the only thing he could think of. Quickly dashing forward, grabbing her hand and bolting faster than Memba could react and even think, taking her to the dango shop. Knowing that was her favorite place, since they have all eaten dango there with their group of friends, and he's ate there just with her from time to time. Once getting there, Naruto bought dango for both of them. Once they sat down, Naruto said, "Sorry, but I could tell you wanted to leave, that annoying jerk," gritting his teeth because he didn't know if he startled her or not. Mio smiled and did have a light blush, saying, "Thank you so much, Naruto. He's been bothering me way too much anyway, to the point my mom thought about keeping his head in last night, saying it'd be the best for him, and then my dad's trying to push a relationship between us, and I don't know why." And that's just adding to his ego at this point. Naruto laughed heartily, saying, "Yep, that sounds like that idiot. Also, how's your mother been? She helped me so much after those bad days. I was really wondering about her." Mio thought about it for a minute, saying, "Well, she misses you in a way. After all, she likes talking to you. You really made her days in the hospital very less boring," as she put it. "She thinks you're a great young man, and you will fulfill your dream, and if you really need help, just come and ask her." Naruto smiled, saying, "Tell her I said thanks for that, and I will." Mio blushed a bit, saying, "I can, and you're welcome." All of a sudden, a scream could be heard, and a girl with purple hair ran up and squished Naruto, saying, "Hey there, cutie." Naruto saying, "Oh, hey there, Akano." Oh, sorry, Akino. Akano. God. You know who I'm talking about. I'm having a bad flip tonight, guys. "How are you?" She smiled, saying, "Good. Missing my favorite boy toy since he's been avoiding me lately for some reason." Naruto sighed, saying, "I have not. I've been just training more lately." Akano. There you go. Sorry, I want to say the other one because of High School Dixie and I'm trying to catch myself. Akano, saying, "Then why not I help you out on that again?" Naruto gave her a dead-eyed look, saying, "Hell no. I'd rather deal with Memo than this." This made Mio laugh hard. She was to the point where she was almost not able to breathe. Akano's face twitched, saying, "Well, you get no say in this whatsoever." She grabbed Naruto with a scream. "Why does this always happen to me?" Mio patted Naruto's head, saying, "I'll see you tomorrow." With the gang. "Okay." Naruto nodded and smiled, saying, "Sure, after all, that's my break day. I need it." After that, Akano dashed to the force of death and tied Naruto up to a tree. Started to throw things at him, but he just gave the dead-eyed look, making her extremely mad to the point where she screamed, "Why are you not acting scared anymore?" Naruto sighed, saying, "That's what you want, so no, I'm not giving it to you." And Akano pouted, saying, "No fair, Naruto." Naruto then kicked the tree with one of his foot, making one of the kunais fall, quickly grabbing it with his mouth and cutting himself free. Seeing that, she smiled. Naruto responded back the usual. Akano got happy and smiled. Hell yeah. After that, Naruto had to run and hide from her all day, and if he loses, he had to pay for her dango. Naruto hated that most of all. Even Memma was an exception to this rule, because he was the better option. So much less ramen, the only thing he can actually chow down equally with the Uzumakis. After succeeding in his endeavor, Akano told him that she was very proud of him, that he's truly grown leaps and bounds, and should be upping the training later in a week or two since she had been getting busy lately thanks to work. Naruto thanked her for her time and just told her to be careful, Onisama, making her blush a bit, saying, yeah, yeah. Then she disappeared. Naruto sighing, thinking how much he's been dealing with this lately. He was slowly walking back when he appeared. That son of a B-word. With another scream from the voice he hated most in the world, Mama. He was just like the fourth in looks, minus he had a bit of red hair in his blonde hair, and a single violet eye. He was screaming and berating Naruto, saying how dare he interrupt his time with Mio, how dare he try to snatch her from her when he's rightfully hers, all that toxic stuff Naruto doesn't care about. Naruto, says whatever, and starts walking away from him. But Mima did the worst thing he could have done. He grabbed Naruto's arm, saying he's not done with him. Just then Naruto had a flashback and flinched, quickly reacting, flipping him over, slamming down on the ground, and grabbing by his throat. He was about to choke the life out. Before anything else could happen, Itachi appeared saying, "Stop. It's okay. You're alright, Naruto." Naruto calmed himself and glared at Mima, saying, "Next time you touch me like that, I will end you." He walked away with Mima screaming he was a weakling, who could not even do jutsu or even had chakra. He was a failure, and he will always be a failure. And once he became the Hokage, he'd throw him out of the league to prove his point. Naruto shrugged a bit and screamed back, "Yeah, I kicked your butt. So who's the real weakling? Plus, the Hokage trusts me more. And your dad would kick your butt before he'd let you in that chair with that attitude." Hearing this, Itachi was holding her hand over her mouth, trying not to laugh her butt off. Finally calming down, saying, "Alright, my mom and dad want to talk to you. After all, even if the elders threw you out, they can still see you as an invited guest of the clan. And they can't say anything. And the best part is, you get to see those two again today." Naruto shuddered. Ugh. "So let's just go, okay?" She nodded to him and she let Naruto jump on her back so they could get there faster. Once they get to their house, Once they get to her house, they walk in and see Fugaku and Mikato, I think is how I pronounce her name, I haven't said say it in a while, talking about things in the living room. But before he could even say hello, he was tackled by Dara. This was Itachi's little sister. She was saying, "Where have you been? Have you been running away from us? Do you no longer like us? Do you hate us?" Accusing him of all this stuff. But after a bit, her twin brother walked in, that being Sasuke, saying, "Yeah, dope, where have you been lately? Especially today. I thought we'd see you in the training field, but you weren't there." Naruto sighed, saying, "Training in a crazy snake girl." Hearing this, Itachi and Dara, eyes twitched, saying, "Ugh." Sasuke was sweating bullets, saying he completely understood. He actually has a fear of her and snakes now, thanks to what she did to him a while back when he tried to save Naruto from the punishment she gave him. Naruto laughed, saying, "Yeah, and thanks to that, I've learned how to sense and hide. pretty better than a normal sensing ninja, honestly. After a short chat with everyone, they all sat down at the dinner table and ate together and enjoyed their conversation and time. Afterwards, Fukaku took him aside and handed him a box, saying, "This is yours. Normally this is never let out of the clan, but is a complete copy of our clan scrolls on taijutsu, kenjutsu, some other weapon styles. In a few weeks I will be getting your inheritance back and a place for you back here. That's if you wish to return to the compound. You're welcome here any time. You're Naruto, and even though you may hate your Chia blood, but you have it, whether the councils or the elders of the clan like it or not. But I understand if you come to hate it. But please don't take it out on the rest of the clan." Naruto bowed his head and said, "Thank you, and I will never do that. There's proof. The rest of the clan didn't even approve of this, but because the elders stepped in, even as the head, you had no choice." Returning home, and he woke up earlier than normal because it was his day off and he get to have fun. Dressing in his usual getup, heading to the meeting place. When he got there, Choji and Shikamaru were already there. Naruto saying, "Yo, what's up? How you jumped in?" Both said hi, and they've been good, but Shikamaru quickly just rolled over to sleep. After a bit more, their friends showed up, Sasuke and Dara. With Dara jumping on Naruto's back very quickly. Thereafter, a girl with pink hair and a girl with blonde hair showed up, with the pink one running and screaming, "Sasuke, I'm here for you." Sasuke gulped and shuddered, grabbing Naruto, whispering in his ear, "Please take this annoying pink hair one away from me." Naruto chuckled, saying, "Nope, she's your future wife, as she says. After all, she's so useless. I never would want her. You know what? Maybe we should change the name Sakura to Useless." This made Sasuke laugh hard and cheered him up, saying, "Thanks, dope, I needed that." Blonde haired girls showed up, trying to get Dara off of Naruto's back, saying, You're bothering him." Dara, she tightened her grip on him and screamed, "No, Ino," and started to choke Naruto a bit. But just then, Mio and two other girls with wide eyes showed up, saying, "Hey there, everyone, how are you?" Naruto smiled, saying, "Hey there, Mio, Hinata, and Habi. We're doing good. How are you?" With Hinata bolting forward and hugging Naruto in front, with Hinabi sharing it, pissing off Ino. Both girls then stick out their tongue, with Dara following suit. After their usual cat fight, as many people would say, they all left for the forest, thanking God that Memo was forced to train today with his dad instead of hanging out. So no dealing with him trying to flirt with Mio and pissing off the rest of them, making their day bad. Which was really helpful for Mio, though. Walking into the forest and starting to fish, hang out, do normal kid things. Even grossing out some of the girls with bugs. With a certain young child going, "Why wasn't I invited?" They all planned to stay the night in the forest. You know, Sasuke hated forests now, thanks to a certain purple hair ninja. Naruto said, "Note to self. When planning to screw with him again, get her involved. It's going to be fun." After getting enough to eat and a fight of who sleeps where, with it ending up who sleeps with who, me and the rest of the guys, that being Naruto, in one tent, and the girls in the other. Most of the girls pouted about it, but said alright. After a while, Naruto just couldn't sleep, thanks to the rest of the guys snoring and just not having a good night the other night. And walking out and seeing Mio and her beautiful eyes staring at the stars. Naruto walked up beside her, saying, "Hey, how are you?" Mio was in tears, saying, "Mema is trying to arrange a marriage with me, so you can say I really needed this, being away from him and being with you especially, Naruto." Thinking about it, Naruto finally said, "Yep, I could see that idiot doing that. And if they try to force it on you, you can abandon your family in the village. Come with me. or run away. After all, what are good friends for but to be there to help one another? Plus, it might be good to have someone that likes cleaning to kick my butt and to do it, since Itachi's been getting on to me lately about it. Naruto laughed, making Mio laugh, saying, "Thank you so much, Naruto. And if it happens, let's do it," and shaking his hand. Naruto smiled back and patted her head, saying, "Alright, I'm going back to the town. You get a good night, okay?" Not realizing he left a completely red-faced Mio, saying, "Idiot," behind. After that, it's been a week since then, and he was ready to hang out all over again. But thanks to all the increase in training, Naruto had learned a decent basic sword style, some more Thai styles, and was told next week he'd get his teacher by the name of Guy. Naruto knows who Guy is, shuddering at the thought. But it's okay. He's the best in the leaf. After all, he'd probably be the only one that could help me in my situation. Getting back to their usual meeting spot, sadly, Membo was there. This time, he was annoying the crap out of Mio, so Naruto jump kicked him and then said, "Yo, what's up?" Mio smiled and said, "I'm doing much better right now, so thank you." Meme gets up steamed at Naruto, complaining about being yada yada yada. But everyone rolls their eyes. They just tolerate him. Because after all, they don't want to single him out for anything. Well, another young child going with a bug in his hand. What about me? They all walk to the shore near a river, near the forest areas of the village, and play together. But after a bit, Mio finally gets away from Mima and takes Naruto aside, whispering in his ear that her father was planning to agree to marry her off to Mima. Even though her mother didn't give her approval, but he's strong arming the whole thing. And he's hitting her on a bad day, because after all, so many shinobi were brought in with critical wounds from his mission that he helped get back. So she's worried her mother would cave and say yes. Naruto nods, saying, "Then let's just go tonight, okay?" Mia smiled with tears in her eyes, saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." After a while, they all go home. Naruto set up a note in his room, thanking everyone and saying goodbye, grabbing all the gear he had and food he could bring with him that he could actually eat. Dashing into the gate, Mia was already waiting there for him. Once they waited for the two lazy gate guards to pass out, he quickly dashed to the nearby woods before they could register what happened, thinking to themselves, "It must have been the wind or something." Ugh. Hearing the yawn, they both went, "Lazy idiots." Finally getting away from the village. The following morning, Tsunade goes to her daughter's room to find the note, rushing to Minato. And when Itachi went to check on Naruto because she was worried about him late, especially after last night, seeing the note dashed to Minato as well. Tsunade broke the door down. Itachi jumped in, did a perfect landing, freaking Minato, the Ambu, and everyone out. After finally calming everyone down, he read the note and realized what had happened and was about to send Ambu out, but knew he probably couldn't do that. Then Jiraiya showed up, saying he's getting his daughter back and giving that annoying little brat a beating for convincing her to leave. Hearing that, Tsunade screamed at him, saying, "If you harm him, all because of your stupidity, I will not only end things with you, I will end you." Punching the wall nearby, sending everyone into a shiver and a gulp. She was so upset she was screaming she was going, but Minato said she can't. She's needed at the hospital no matter what. Sure, they've been stabilized, but if anything goes wrong in the next 24 hours, we could lose a decent group of shinobi, especially since most of them are Jonin level, with many S-ring mentions under the belt. After a long discussion, they could only send Jiraiya thanks to all the situations going on. Even though none of them wanted him to be alone, they just had to agree to it. During all this, Naruto and Mino were almost to the Valley of the End. They had finally got there to rest. Naruto saying, after this we need to go that way. And we'll start getting to the border of the Steel Nation. It's known mainly for its swordsmanship. Best place to hide, I think, for now. Though we might have to change our hair color and looks a lot, though. I don't know how I could do it with a chakra, though. Mio nodded, saying we'll figure it out. Just about to jump away, Jiraiya appeared, saying, "It's time to come back home, you disrespectful little girl." After hearing that, Naruto got furious with him, jumped and punched him hard enough to send him back, saying, "I will not let you decide her fate or treat her that way. Ever." Jiraiya screamed at him it's his right as his father, and he was just a punk, slamming his fist into Naruto, making him crash into the statue behind him. Naruto falling to the ground as Jiraiya just grabbed Mio. She was crying and screaming for Naruto, afraid he just was killed. Naruto's vision was so dark. He was near death because that punch nearly ended him, but his thoughts were being drowned by all of his emotion. He hated seeing anyone cry, especially Mio. He wanted to save her, protect her from this stupid man he wanted. And most of all, he wanted the power to keep all that he considered his friends and loved ones safe. Just then, both the voices appeared in his head saying, "If you want that, what are you willing to sacrifice for?" Naruto said nothing, for pure power or to kill that man or any of that. But if I can gain this power for those I care for, everything will be yours. The voices laughed, saying, "That's the answer we wanted to hear. Now say this and get up. You are the Red and White Dragon Emperor. No being in this world will stop you or stand in your way." Naruto stood up defiantly. Mio screaming Naruto to stop. Jiraiya turned around and was about to punch him. But as Naruto spoke, it freaked him out. The power being released and pulsating around Naruto climbing the sky was something he's never felt before. It was so powerful that it literally told every signal in his body, one hit from it, he would die. As Naruto's voice became one with two others combined, I, who awakened to the power of red and white, am the twin dragons that have taken the principles away from gods and beasts. I laugh at all who think they are powerful, for we divide and boost to our chosen path of strength. I shall become the white and red dragon emperor of absolute domination and supremacy, and we shall show all our power and strength, destroy all that gets in the way. Dual crimson white juggernaut drive. As a massive armored red and white dragon appears before Jiraiya, roaring as the power blasts out. The world could feel this. Nature energy itself was twisting and turning. Many forces realized something terrible had been awakened. Naruto, realizing it was near where he sensed Jiraiya earlier, rushed to his former teacher. As a woman saying, "You finally awakened them. Good. May your future path be the one you choose, young Naruto." With that, that is it. I'm sorry for some of the flubs, but given what's been going on lately, I think you can forgive me for that one. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. This is The Real Guardian, signing off.